In previous chapter, we discussed basic introduction of unconventional machining process and abrasive jet machining. So, in this video, we are discussing about water jet machining. What is water jet machining and where we use? Water jet machining is an extension of abrasive jet machining. Extension of abrasive jet machining. Here, so its main process is high pressure and high velocity stream of water is used to cut relatively soft and non-metallic material like paperboard, wood, plastics, rubber, fiberglass, and leather. ஸோ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வாட்டர் ஜெட் மெஷினிங் அப்ரஸிவ் ஜெட் மெஷினோட எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன். இட் இஸ் த எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் ஆஃப் அப்ரஸிவ் ஜெட் மெஷினிங். Here, high pressure and high velocity stream water is used to cut the particles like paper, board, wood, plastics, and rubber. Its principles of water jet machining. High velocity water comes out from the nozzle and strike the material. Then here kinetic energy will be forming. So in this kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy, including high stress. That based on that high stress, kinetic energy will converted into pressure energy, and it will be cut the work material. So pressure will be increased through the nozzle jet. So here we have a pressure based on this high stress uh, through the work material, and the stress exceed the ultimate shear stress, and small chips of the material get loosened and fresh air is exposed. So this is the basic principle of water jet machining. So here the schematic diagram is shown in this screen. Schematic diagram is shown in the screen. Here we have mixer and filter, pump, accumulator, controls, hydraulic units, valve, nozzle, jet, and workpiece. Then drain. Uh, these are the main parts used in water jet machining. The basic things: a pump or intensifier is used to raise a pressure of water. Raise a pressure of water. Pressure is normally used in the system or in the range of 1500 to 4000 Newton per mm square. So main thing raising the pressure. Intensifier oda use வந்து raise the pressure. Pressure oda range வந்து 1500 to 4000 Newton per mm square. Since the cutting action may be continuous, the and the accumulator, the use of accumulator is store the water, and also it help eliminating pulsation, store the water and elimination process. The nozzle is used to increase the velocity of the water jet. Nozzle oda use increase the velocity of the water jet, and the nozzle is made of sintering diamonds. So this nozzle is made of sintering diamonds and tungsten carbide and synthetic sapphire. The exit diameter of the nozzle range is 0.05 to 0.35 mm, and the exit here, and the exit is 0. And the exit of the velocity water jet varies up to 920 meter per seconds. So inlet we have some dimension, and outlet also we have some dimension, and the regulating chamber is incorporated into the line to control the flow of water jet. So control the flow of water jet and the working principle. So the working is water jet machining is very similar to abrasive jet machining. That same type of operation will be done here also. So previously we discussed abrasive jet machining. So the same process will be continued in here. The same process will be done here also for water jet machining. A pump or intensifier is used to increase the pressure of the water. The water passes through the accumulator from the pump. Fluid supply from the through the pipeline, pump and intensifier. Here we have a hydraulic unit also, and the water passes through the accumulator from the pump under pressure from the hydraulic accumulator. Water is passed to the orifice of the nozzle to increase the velocity. So under pressure of the hydraulic accumulator, water is passing through the orifice of nozzle to increase its velocity. Increase its velocity. When the high velocity of the water jet comes out from the nozzle, from here, all the units, hydraulic units, controls valves, the water passing through the nozzle, through all the parts. That one is controlled water high pressure, monitored by hydraulic units. Here, the high velocity of water comes out from the nozzle and strike out the water material. Here and also here, the inlet of the nozzle and the outlet of the jet. So in this way, the high pressure water will be passing through the workpiece and strike the work material here. Kinetic energy kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy. From here it is a kinetic energy, it applied here. Here we have some pressure forming, so pressure energy is forming. In the mechanical term, kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy, including high stress in the work material. High stress in the work material. When it induced stress exceed the shear stress of the material, small chips of the material get loosened and the fresh surface is exposed. இதில் இருக்க எல்லா waste particles, that means some kind of small chips of the material get loosened and fresh surface is exposed. Then another one is process. So these are the constructions and working of water jet machining. So what are the process parameter means? Material removal rate, geometry and surface finish of the material, then wear rate of the nozzle. So water jet machining. So water jet acts like saw and cut off narrow groove. Then the pressure level is 400 megapascal, and the advantage. So we can discuss what are the process parameters. Then we can go to advantage and disadvantage, then applications. So the first one, material removal rate. And the material removal rate in water jet machining, it is directly proportional to reactive force of the jet. So mass of the flow rate and jet velocity. The MFR, mass flow rate, depends of nozzle diameter and fluid pressure. Jet velocity depends on fluid pressure only. The second one is geometry and surface finish of work material. Uh, Surface, here we have some following parameters. That one is nozzle design, jet velocity, cutting speed, depth of cut, properties of material to be machined. These are all the parameters used in geometry and surface finish of work material. And the third one is wear rate of the nozzle. So these are the factors depending upon on wear rate. That one is hardness of the nozzle material, pressure of the jet, and the velocity of the jet and the nozzle. These are the process parameters involved in water jet machining. Then what are the advantages? Low operating cost. Second one, low maintenance cost. Third one, the work area remains clean and dust free. Fourth one, very less amount of heat is generated during cutting operation, and also no thermal damage to the work, then easily automated. These are the main advantages. Here, another one advantage is water is used energy transfer medium. It is cheap and non-taxes and easy to dispose. This is the main advantage. Then, what are the disadvantage? Initial cost of this process is high. It is difficult to machine hard material, and also noisy operation. And also noisy operation. Initial cost also very high, and the final one is difficult to machine hard materials and applications. What are the applications we choose using in this water jet machining? This process is very convenient for cutting soft and non-metallic material like paper board, plastic, wood, rubber, leather, fiberglasses. It can be used to cut intricate contours and also used in food processing industry. So these are the advantage, disadvantage, and applications of water jet machining. Here, another one topic we want to uh, discussed means a recent development in water jet machining. So the recent development of water jet machining is hydrodynamic jet machining. Hydrodynamic jet machining. So this machine is almost all type of ferrous or non-ferrous material used in ferrous or non-ferrous materials, and also it has high velocity stream of water that is used to cut the material. But abrasive particles also added to high velocity stream of water. High velocity stream of water. So this is the advanced level of water jet machining. So the recent development, ordinary water jet machining, here we cannot use harder material, ferrous or non-ferrous material. But in this recent development, water jet machining, we can use ferrous or non-ferrous material. Here also we can use abrasive particles. The mixture of water and abrasive came through the nozzle with a very high velocity and directed to the workpiece. And the procedure wise, all are same. Procedure wise, all are same. But in this area, procedure wise, recent techniques, all are same. In this area only, we can change some hydrodynamic jet machine, that means high velocity water jet, and also hydro abrasive jet. We use abrasive tubes, and also we fix here abrasive particles. Water come here and the abrasive particles, we fix abrasive jet here. In this abrasive jet we add some abrasive water particles. Here we have water tubes, so we can change the arrangement here only. Remaining all the things are same only. So mixture of the water and the abrasive comes out through the nozzle. High velocity are directed to the workpiece. Material is removed from the workpiece due to the combined effect of abrasion and water impact. What in water jet machining, water is purely used, but recent development of water jet machining, here we use abrasive particles and water. So this is the difference. This is the difference between water jet machining and recent development of water jet machining. Pressure in this water jet machining, we use water or water with additives. What are the additives means glycerin, polyethylene oxide. Pressure of water is 100 to 1000 megapascal. Flow rate is 8 liter per minute. Power is 45 kilowatt, and the metal removal rate is 0.6 mm cube per second, and the feed rate is 1 to 4 mm per second, and the nozzle material is tungsten carbide. Standoff distance is 2 to 50 mm. So this is the difference between water jet machines and recent development of water jet machinings. So another one is the third process. Third process is ultrasonic machining process. So this is the one kind of grinding method. Ultrasonic machining is the one kind of grinding process. It is also known as ultrasonic grinding or impact grinding. Ultrasonic grinding or impact grinding. So the third process. In the terms ultrasonic refers the waves of high frequency. Human ear can hear the sound waves between 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. This range is known as audible range. The sound waves which have frequency less than the audible range are called infrasonic waves. So these are the basic things in ultrasonic machining. Basic details also. In ultrasonic machining process, it is suitable for only hard and brittle material like carbide, glass, ceramic, silicon, precious stone, titanium, tungsten, tool steel, and die steel. So basically, this type of materials only we can use in U ultrasonic machining process. So basic principles of ultrasonic machining. In this method, a small amount of slurry, abrasive particles, small amount of slurry abrasive particles are forced against to the workpiece by means of vibrating tools, and it causes the removal of material from workpiece in form of extremely small chips. So slurry, some small amount of abrasive particles force against to the workpiece. ஸோ ஒரு அப்ரசிவ் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸை நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், ஸ்லரியாக இது பண்ணி டூலில் வந்து ஒர்க் பீஸில் வந்து அப்ளை பண்ணுறோம். சரியா? பை மீன்ஸ் ஆஃப் வைப்ரேட்டிங் டூல்ஸ் இட் காசஸ் தி ரிமூவல் ஆஃப் மெட்டீரியல். ஸோ ஜென்ரல் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட். So this is the general arrangement. So this is the A part, schematic diagram of ultrasonic machining process. Ultrasonic machining process. Here we use power supply, transducer, ultrasonic oscillator, feed mechanism, extension coil. So this type of coil is called extension coil. Then transducer cone or horn, connecting body. So connecting body, tool holder. So the mechanism is up and down motion, vibrating. Cutting tool, abrasive slurry. So here we use abrasive slurry area. From this area we use abrasive slurry workpiece. Here we fix tool, post, fixer and table. In one side we use, here we use water tanks. Here we use water tank. Water tank means, sorry, abrasive slurry. So here we use abrasive slurry tank in the reservoir. Here we fix a reservoir. In this reservoir we fill some abrasive slurry and we use a pipeline connection. Then that means circulating pump and refrigeration system. Automatically it collects to the pipe of abrasive slurry. So the first one is ultrasonic oscillator, lead ultrasonic translator. So these are the main parts used in ultrasonic machining. In this ultrasonic machining, the oscillator and amplifier are known as generator. So it is used to. So this generator is used to convert the applied electrical energy at low frequency to high frequency. The transducer is made upon magnetostrip material and it consists of stack of nickel lamination wounded with a coil. So nickel with wounded this coil. The function of transducer. So the function of transducer is convert the electrical energy into mechanical energy. So we give power supply. Here we have some one transducer. So coil is fixed here. So the main use of this transducer is convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. Then ductile tool material is used. Ductile tool material is used. That means low carbon steel and stainless steel are commonly used the tool material. So low carbon steel and stainless steel are using the tool material. The tool is braced or fastened mechanically to transducer through the tool holder. ஸோ இதில் வந்து டூல் ஹோல்டர் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த டூல் வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கோம்னா டூல் ஹோல்டரில் வி ஃபிக்ஸ் இட். ஸோ த ஜென்ரலி த டூல் ஹோல்டர் இஸ் சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் ஆர் கோனிக்கல் ஷேப். டூல் ஹோல்டர் ஜென்ரலாக எப்படி இருக்கும்னா கோன் ஷேப், நம்ம ஐஸ்கிரீமில் வர அந்த அதே மாதிரிப்பட்ட ஒரு கோன் ஷேப்பில் இருக்கும். கோன் ஷேப் ஆர் சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் ஷேப். The material used for tool holder is titanium alloy, aluminum, stainless steel. So the tool holder materials. Then the abrasive slurry, mixing of abrasive grains and water of definite proportion. That means 20 to 30 percentage is made under pressure through the gap between tool and workpiece. So abrasive slurryயும் வாட்டரும் சேர்ந்து எவ்வளவு gap between tool and the workpiece? That means 20 to 30 percentage is made flow under pressure of gap between. இந்த ப்ரெஷரில் வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், ஸ்லரியை வந்து புல் பண்ணும். The gap between the tool and the workpiece is 0.02 to 0.1 mm. The most common abrasives are boron carbide, silicon carbide, aluminum oxide and diamond. So these are the abrasives. Most common abrasive: boron carbide, silicon carbide and aluminum. Boron carbide is most commonly used abrasive slurry because it is the best and fastest cutting abrasive properties. Fastest cutting abrasive properties. So the working electric power is given to the ultrasonic oscillators. So this oscillators are convert electrical energy at low frequency to high frequency. Here we fix one oscillator. So main use of this oscillator is convert electrical energy at low frequency to high frequency. That means 20 hertz. High frequency 20 hertz from the oscillator is supplied to transducer. Here we fix on oscillator, so it will be high frequency power will be supplied to transducer. So the function of transducer is convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. The transducer is made upon micro magnetostrictive material, which is high frequency electric current passing through, and the vibration. Here we have some electric current, and this result in generation of some mechanical vibrations. It will be form some mechanical vibrations. The vibrations are generated in to the transducer in order to 20 kilohertz to 30 kilohertz, and the cutting tool to the transducer, cone, connection body and tool holder. This makes the tool vibrator into longitudinal direction, up and down. That means the longitudinal direction as shown in the figure. In the figure A, this arrow mark both up and down. So it is in the longitudinal vibration. That means up and down motion. Abrasive slurry is pumped in the reservoir. Through the reservoir, abrasive slurry passing through the jets. When the cutting tool vibrates, high frequency lead and the abrasive particles are so input through the gap between the tool and the workpiece. With high frequency, it leads the removal of the material, and the refrigerant cooling system is used to cool the abrasive slurry to a temperature of 5 to 6 degree Celsius. 5 to 6 degree Celsius. And finally, the ultrasonic machining process is a copying process, which the shape of cutting tool is same of cavity will be produced. So here we have glass carbide, epi composite, and the fine nylon glass. Slots are 0.025 to into 0.64 into 1.5 mm. So B and C. Typical example of hole produced by ultrasonic machining. So this is the workpiece mains. Here we fixed. So this is the example, typical example of holes produced by ultrasonic machining. And third, another one is glass piece. So the hole diameter 0.016 diameter means 0.4 mm. So these are the things we discussed in this ultrasonic machining. And here also we have some process parameters. That one is grain of abrasive materials, concentration of slurry, amplitude of vibration, and frequency of ultrasonic waves. So these are the process parameters. Then another one thing, remaining some another parameters, that means work material, surface finish, tool material. Uh, then the advantage of ultrasonic machining. Extremely hard and brittle material can be easily machined. Cost of material is very low. Noiseless operation, high accuracy and good surface finish can be easily obtained. Equipment is safe to operate. The machined workpiece are free of stresses. Then the disadvantage of ultrasonic machining. So the first one is material removal rate is slow. Tool cost is high. The third one is high power consumption. The fourth one is the size of cavity that can be machined is limited. Uh, and another one thing, one disadvantage is initial equipment cost is very high. Softer material are difficult to machine. Then the limitations. Penetration rate is 5 cube per minute, power 500 to 1000 volt, hole tolerance is 25 micrometer, and the surface finish is 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer. What are the applications we used in this ultrasonic machine? So the first one is holes as small as 0.1 mm can be drilled. It has been efficiency applied to machine glasses, ceramics, tungsten. It is used for making tungsten carbide and diamond wire drawing dies. The final one, what are the machine operations we used in this ultrasonic machining? For example, drilling, grinding, turning, threading, profiling on all materials, both conducting or non-conducting. These are the main applications used in ultrasonic machining. So, in this chapter, we discussed water jet machining, recent development of water jet machining, and ultrasonic machining. So, in the next class, we can discuss remaining processes. Okay, thank you.